Today on Moving Day, we meet a couple who've spent £500,000 on a house they want to knock down.
It looks like it's quite spacious to me. How much space do you need for the two of you?
But their big plans are at the mercy of the planning department.
Sooner or later, the people in the council are going to die off.
Welcome to Moving Day. Today we've come to Tadley in Hampshire to meet a couple who've just got back from a long weekend in France last night, and they've got a 2-day move on their hands starting today.
And they're moving from a rented 5-bedroom magnificent 17th century farmhouse to a 1960s chalet-style house in a village in Hampshire.
Shall we get on with it?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Meet Joanna Brine and her American partner Len Bullock. They both work in IT and have been together for 4 years. Completing the family are Joanna's 5 beloved Maine Coon cats, who are spending the move in a cattery. Joanna and Len sold their 2 respective properties last year and have been renting this 17th century farmhouse while looking for their dream home.
But they have very high expectations and their ideal house doesn't seem to exist. So they've ended up buying a house they don't really like and are intending to demolish. But only if they can get planning permission to build their American-inspired dream home in the middle of the property's beautiful 2-acre plot.
Between them, Len and Joanna have a lot of stuff, so the removal guys are here the day before the move to start the packing and loading.
Isn't this beautiful?
Oh,
Morning.
Good morning, sir.
Work's already started.
Look at him, built up a sweat or what?
I think that's just ducking from these ceilings. Hello.
Hello, good morning. Oh, hello there. Joanna, hi, I'm Sally. Oh, nice to meet you. How are you? What are you doing?
Hello, how are you doing?
You see, they've just come back from France.
Or should we?
Comment ça va?
I'll just shake your hand if that's okay, young
How was your trip to France, your long weekend?
Oh, it was excellent.
Great.
Yes,
Good weather. We brought it back with us.
Good.
So, yeah.
And how prepared are you, therefore, for the move? You only got back last night.
Not.
None whatsoever?
No.
You're doing your own packing,
Yes.
but you've got removal guys, obviously,
Yes.
to move everything for you.
Right.
The removal guys are doing all of the breakables for us.
And I hear 17 boxes of china.
Loads.
Yes. We have taken 7 bedrooms of home, 2 homes, and how many receptions, I can't remember, and tried to mesh them into this old place. Then to move them over to an even smaller place in anticipation of building a bigger place. So we're not really sure whether we're building houses for us or to store things.
But the good news today is we don't have to wait for any calls about completion because you've already completed on the house.
That's right.
That's right.
And we've already been in there for 3 weeks now, 4 weeks.
Great. A sigh of relief, everyone.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd really like to see the new place, we can all go over there
So
at some
would
point
I.
today.
Absolutely.
This
In
afternoon.
the meantime, I'm going to go and check out and see how your removal men are doing.
All right.
Okay.
They're up to it. And have a look around the house, because I quite
Okay.
like this place.
Yes, crash
Gavin.
helmet.
I'm going to mind my head. Just fight my way out of the doorway here.
What are you doing here in Britain? You're from California. What has drawn you here?
I came here because I like this part of Europe. I just find it's very interesting. I like being close to Europe, being able to get there. So that's my reason for being here.
And how long have you been here for?
I came here in 1985 for 10 months. That was the intention, and I've been here ever since.
Now, before I look in the inside of this house, you've got to check out the outside. It's an absolutely fantastic building. The building here was constructed in the 17th century. You can tell that by the size of the windows, the type of bricks used, the way it's been built up all along the edges, the type of tiles used on the roof as well. It's probably had a bit of work done at some point in the past, but something like this truly is a fantastic building if it was on a postcard. For someone who's over 5'8", it's an absolute nightmare, and this is the highest doorway.
I mean, this is a glorious house.
Oh, it's absolutely stunning.
It really is beautiful. I mean, as soon as you come up the drive, you just see it in all its splendour. The grounds are gorgeous.
Yes.
You're going to miss this place, aren't you?
We will miss it. We've had a lot of good times here. Christmas is lovely here. With all the low ceilings and with the big fireplace and having candles everywhere, it's been absolutely lovely. And having 2 staircases going up to 2 different sets of bedrooms. There's lots of twee features here.
In its lifetime, the place has had a little bit of work done to it. It's been split into 2 separate cottages at one stage and converted back about 20 years ago. So a lot of the rooms are quite boxy and cupboard-like. Got a bedroom at the end there, very small room on the right-hand side and a tiny office. Hardly room to swing a cat. But the thing that bothers me is the height of the ceilings and the doorways. For instance, this one at the top of the stairs finishes about my armpit height, which isn't ideal for getting in and out, but this is one of the staircases, another one just through there. And this is the other half of the house, completely different from that side. Really high ceilings in here. This used to be the hayloft, all open plan. These are all partition walls, so it all used to be open, with access via a ladder over in that room, which is now the master bedroom. A modern staircase is put in to make it easier to get into it, and it doesn't feel as claustrophobic or boxy as the other side of the house. It's actually quite nice, this side. I could even live here. Packing-wise, I really think they're on top of things. Just a few boxes to take downstairs, including this one.
So tell me about the house you're moving into, because I gather you're not entirely wrapped in it.
No, I think that would be a fair statement. We spent a lot of time looking for a property that we wanted, and after a lot of failed purchases and attempts, we found a property. Len went to see it the following day, and he said, "Do trust me. I think we just have to have this property for the gardens."
Tell me, how bad is it?
Well, I'll put it to you this way. It has a coal-fired boiler. Is probably one of the most modern features in it. It was all dark inside, musty, hadn't been lived in for a year. It just was old and tired, and it was not a place for her to live in.
All right, Sal, how's it going?
I'm sitting here on the swing contemplating the calm before the storm.
What do you mean? I think they're pretty much sorted out. The removal men have been working like mad, and half the stuff's gone already.
Well, you know, I think at the other end it's going to be a classic case of musical chairs. They've got an awful lot of stuff between them, and is it all going to fit into the smaller house? That's my question.
Well, I thought of that as well, and I think we should go over there now, have a look at the house, see if it's all going to fit, and also see the house before it's knocked down, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, it might be knocked down. Exciting, they're building their own house.
Very, very good indeed.
If they get planning permission.
But it could be months before they get a decision, and then there's the building work. So they'll have to live for at least a year in the existing house.
Because the decor was too dark and oppressive, Joanna has gone through and given the whole place a lick of paint and a new carpet to make it more livable.
With the days for this house numbered, I'm keen to find out more about what they hope to build in its place.
I've got to say, it's quite an impressive garden, young man.
Yeah, it is. It's probably the prime motivator for us going through with the purchase of the house.
And here we are.
Well, the decor doesn't look too bad at all.
It's nice and bright and airy, isn't it?
It's lovely, and your kitchen looks quite sort of
Functional.
functional and good, and nothing too horrible eyesore-wise, is
And it's
it?
got some great old features from the 60s, look. It's got a really great larder cabinet.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Plans, the way they're drawn up currently, would show us where we have what we call the pig barn here. That is the back of the new home. So where we're standing now would be roughly what we would call the kitchen or the mudroom. And where we are looking this way would be the front of the home.
Now, I understand there's quite a flashy name for the house as well.
Yes, the name of the house is Behringer's. It's named after a vineyard in Napa Valley in California. The wine, we love it, we love the area. So it's our way of just trying to incorporate a little bit of history from that part of the world into this part of the world. So.
It's really nice, isn't
Oh,
it, really?
look, you've got your nameplate, Behringer's.
Yes.
Has that already been made up, especially for the new house? that
Yes,
you
I got
built?
it made up, yeah.
So what are you going to call this house in the meantime?
We're going to call this one Behringer's, but then it'll be replaced by the other
Oh,
one.
I think that's bad
So-
luck to call it the
Do
same
you?
name. Maybe you should call it the Knockdown House.
But no, I think we like the name, so we're going to start off with the name on this one and then move it to the other one. So,
Oh, that's fair enough.
Yes.
Yeah, so then it's good for postman, isn't it?
Yes, indeed.
We can see it's brick up to probably about a 900 high,
Yeah.
and timber clad the rest of the way.
Right.
Is this something that you've insisted on, or is it something?
No, it is. It's the dormer windows and the cladding. I think part of that's taken from Eastern American design, New England and the kind of mid-Atlantic states.
Remind me again why you want to tear this house down.
It's not quite what we need. It's not quite what we need in terms of space. And we've got our own ideas on what we'd like to do with the living areas.
Yeah, it looks like it's quite spacious to me. How much space do you need for the two of you?
The music room have large double doors, so you can actually fold them back and it looks like one huge room. Same with the dining and the kitchen. That's quite open, as you can see.
We want a room where we can have muddy boots and muddy dogs and, you know, muddy cats and all that sort of thing. And this is just, it wasn't designed to be that kind of a house.
Now, Len, on paper this all looks quite fantastic, but what are you going to do if you don't get your planning permission for your dream home?
You know, sooner or later, the people in the council are going to die off. And I might be an old man, but I'll get them. I'll come back and I'll get the new ones and say, surely you wouldn't do that to an old man.
One room Joanna hasn't got around to sprucing up yet is the bathroom.
Now, this room's got a certain wow factor.
It's pretty exciting, isn't it, really?
Yes. And tell me about this floor that you hate. What's wrong with it?
Well, I think it's particularly horrible anyway. It would be horrible to walk on after you'd been in the bath, but it's got a horrible yellow stain all over here. And when you walk in, you just think, has somebody dropped coffee, dropped tea, or has something worse happened?
There's been a murder.
And it's just so dated.
Yep, the horrid horsehair floor has got to go. And the challenge for me is to find something that's going to go with those interesting wall tiles.
Now, this is just perfect. What we have here is a wall of choice. These are self-adhesive tiles. Absolutely perfect for Len and Joanna's bathroom. Remember, the whole house is being torn down anyway, so we don't want to spend too much money here. They're cheap and cheerful, plus they're really, really easy to lay down. You just get a bit of hardboard and then use your little Stanley knife to cut them out. I have got here in my camera some of the photographs I took earlier just to remind me of that awful decor. But what I'm looking for is something quite cheerful and bright to sort of brighten up. Remember, there's a white bathroom suite in there. And look at the pebbles. That would frighten the living daylights out of them. That's way too busy. And down here we have psychedelic 70s. I love that, but I think that's just far too much with these wall tiles. Remember how bad they are. No. Something neutral, something bright. I quite like that biscuity one, number 4. Up there is quite good. But this one here, number 14, is really going to be the one for me. It's got the neutral colours and little splashes of brown in there.
And at around £10 a pack, these vinyl floor tiles are really good value.
Now, big question for you. Do you think it's a good move or a bad move for Joanna and Len?
I've got to say, adventurous move. If it all goes to plan, they get their plans passed, they're going to have a cracking house and be very happy. If they don't get the plans passed, they're still going to have a nice place with a brilliant garden.
Great, so a brave move, and we're here to help.
Back at the old house, Len and Joanna have nearly finished packing up in what's been their first home together.
I think it's a case of taking with me some lovely memories from this house, the entertaining we've done, people who have stayed with us and said it's like staying in an old country pub. But I think we take those memories with us and we're moving on to another more exciting project.
I've moved a lot. I've moved over 40 times since I was an adolescent, and I think the one commitment I have is that I'm going to make this work somehow for a long period of time. It is a place we took a lot of time to think about, and it's a community that we think we can live in for a long time as well. This is going to be our home.
Coming up, the new house hasn't got room for all of Len and Joanna's stuff and is causing a bit of a headache.
What with your cold and the flu coming on and your post-France holiday, and it's all been too much, hasn't it? Good morning. It's the second day of Joanna and Len's staggered move to a house that they're probably going to knock down.
And the removal men are already here, working very hard, Sal, so let's get stuck in.
Let's go for it. Good morning.
Good morning.
Happy moving day to you both. How are you?
Tired?
Yes.
Okay,
Full of
fine.
gold.
Oh, you haven't
Absolutely
got the
streaming.
What a shame. I can see in your eyes.
Yeah.
I went to bed sleeping, well, sitting up in bed because I stopped my cough last night. So I actually sat up with all my pillows behind me to try and get to sleep. So it's a good start, really, isn't it?
But come rain or shine, cold or flu, you still have to move house.
Absolutely. But we made good progress. We did a lot of packing last night.
Did you?
So I think we are in the final furlong with the packing now.
The removal team are making good headway with the rest of Joanna and Len's belongings, and Gavin and I are also on hand, as always, to muck in and help out.
Oh, we're making good progress, aren't we?
One empty room.
Yes, what do you think?
Yes.
Looking good, and that chest stays here, that's
The
part of
chest
the house,
stays,
isn't
that's
it?
right. Curtains stay with the house.
Great.
But my goodness, look at the state of the carpet.
I'm really surprised, actually, that, you know, this is a rented house, that your landlord has allowed you to live here with 5 cats.
Well, funnily enough, the landlord used to have farm cats, and at one time they had up to 25 cats.
No,
They
really?
did. So he was very amenable to us bringing cats, but as part of the tenancy agreement, we say that we will freshen up all the carpets and make sure that all evidence of the cats is gone. That's part of the agreement.
OK,
So,
well, look, why don't you leave the carpet to me, because I'm a demon when it comes to decatifying a carpet.
excellent. That's great. All right,
Okay.
I'll carry on with the packing.
Right, good luck with
All
that.
right, thanks.
Give it to me. I'll get my tools from the van.
Hey ho, another washing machine, another day. Now, Len's told me he put this one in, so he knows how it goes, but I'm going to give him a hand by removing it. And all the pipe work, the plug and everything are all on this side in the cupboard. Just make sure you switch the taps off. This particular washing machine is a hot and cold feed, so it'll have the blue and the red pipe. And remove the plug. should come forward.
Right, what we have here is a three-pronged attack. I'm going to deodorise this carpet, I'm going to freshen it and give it a very good vacuum as well. And for that, I'm going to use bicarbonate of soda, a very useful household product, nice and cheap, and that will basically neutralise all the odours. I'm going to pop it in here into my decatifying mixing tub, in there, a little bit in there, plus some loose lavender, which is a fantastic idea. This will freshen up the room. And also, I suppose, soothe and calm people as they walk through. Lavender has that effect on people. Oh, I love lavender. Ooh, put the whole thing in, why not?
All you need to do is shake the mixture around the room, leave it a while and then give the carpet a thorough vacuum. That should eradicate all evidence of cats, as well as ensure that Joanna and Len meet the terms of their tenancy agreement.
I've got the washing machine out and all I need to do now is drain the water from the pipes. That'll save any belongings getting wet in transit.
Come in.
Come on, guys.
I've decatified the room.
Oh, wow. That looks an awful lot better, doesn't it? That's great.
I'll tell you one thing, it smells a lot better.
It
Yes.
does, it does. It smells like someone had an aromatherapy massage in here.
So it's been a real treat living here, hasn't it?
has.
You have been
It
spoiled.
has.
The thing that was different about it is it gave us a flavour of what it's like to be in a period home. And where I come from, you have to remember that this house is about as old as my country. So when I tell my family back home that I've actually got a home that I'm living in that dates prior to the founding of Boston, they're pretty impressed.
Well, it's time to leave their 17th century 5-bedroom farmhouse, which they've rented for £1,500 a month. They've bought this 1960s 4-bed house in 2 acres of grounds for £490,000. And if they do get planning permission, the cost of building their American-style timber-clad home will be around £250,000, plus another £20,000 for demolishing the existing house, making the total projected cost of creating their dream home a whopping £760,000.
Back to more mundane matters, and the first problem for Joanna and Len is trying to squeeze all their belongings into the existing house. Trouble is, it's filling up fast. An ideal time, I think, for us to tackle the bathroom floor.
Right, Gavin, I want you to get very excited as I reveal to you the tiles that I have chosen for this floor.
Very, very
Have
good.
I chosen well?
Do you know what, Miss Gray? I think you are learning stuff.
All I have to do, and especially now, because all I have to say is get on with it.
I shall have this done in 2 shapes of a lamb's tail.
Good, and I'm going to get a new shower curtain, because that, quite frankly, is a disaster.
Yes, I think Bates would like it back for his motel.
It feels like it's a horror film in here.
The tiles come up pretty easily, and there is a layer of vinyl underneath which has also seen better days. The floorboards are in good nick, but laying the vinyl floor tiles will give a much better waterproof finish.
Joanna and Len have quite a few large items of furniture, and space on the ground floor is running out fast. So I want to make sure that their bedroom is a haven away from all the chaos below.
But if we could get this room just sorted so that we've got one place that we can get back to tonight, I think that would be great.
I think you need that, what, with your cold and the flu coming on and your post-France holiday, and it's all been too much, hasn't it?
It's nothing that a good night's sleep won't fix, after a soothing bath, of course.
But now I've got the hardboard fixed down, securely screwed down, all the heads beneath the surface. It's just a case of sticking the tiles down. I've used the spirit level, and come off here, you can just see a faint pen mark. And this is my axis, which I'm working to. And just to make it look prettier as you come into the room, obviously most of the use is going to be coming in through the front of the door there. I've put the tiles, I've gone off there and used that as my starting point. So they're all complete tiles there. The only tricky bit we're going to have is round the bottom of the basin. But done a little cheat here. This is the carpet we took up earlier, so I'll be using that as a template.
Joanna and Len have finally run out of space in the house. It's a good job there's plenty of outbuildings. Unfortunately for the removal guys, though, it's a bit of a trek down to the old pig barn. A few finishing touches and the master bedroom is an oasis of calm.
Now let's hope Joanna likes her new floor tiles.
What do you
Look
think?
at this, my goodness, doesn't that make it look fresh and bright?
Come in,
That is
come in.
excellent.
And look what else we've
Excellent.
got here.
Oh, that makes such a big difference,
It does
doesn't
actually,
it?
yeah. I'm very pleased with that.
It does.
Another successful moving day mini makeover. Joanna and Len are already settling into their stopgap house. I think they'll do just fine here, however long it takes till they get their dream home.
And to make the waiting even easier, we've tracked down a fitting housewarming gift for our wine-loving movers.
Oh, look what's happening here.
What we've tracked down for you.
Beringer! Look
How
at
sweet
this.
is that? We thought
Isn't
we'd
that
get you a
lovely?
bottle from home.
Oh, yeah.
Plus, not just
Lovely.
that, we went a bit further. Have a look at this. What could be behind here? This is your housewarming gift from us. This is a state-of-the-art wine cooler, and
This is wonderful.
as many bottles as you can drink possibly in a year, probably, until the new house is built of
That is
Beringer wine.
wonderful.
Let's have a toast because we wish you all the best with the new house you're going to build.
Thank you very
Cheers.
much.
Cheers.
Cheers.
And congratulations.
Cheers.
All the plans you've
Thanks.
Cheers.
That is really good.
Well, that's it from a very relaxed move here in Hampshire.
Now, if you're about to move house and you're looking for some inspiration to get it right, then look no further than our website. It's itv.com/moving day.
So from Joanna, Len, Sally and myself, we're going to finish all these, so we'll see you soon. Bye!
4 weeks after the move, and Joanna and Len have made a few last-minute alterations to their planning application before they submit it to the council next week. They're hoping to get an answer in the next 4 months. Fingers crossed.